to our show. Join our flow. It's the 52nd Street PROJcast.
Hello from Hell's Kitchen. You're listening to the PROJcast, a podcast created by the community at the 52nd Street Project. We're a nonprofit in New York City that partners the young people of Hell's Kitchen with professional artists to create original work that is often performed free of charge for the public. I'm John Sheehy, Director of Institutional Advancement here at the project. As you might know, we have an academic mentoring program that runs alongside our arts education programming. This includes homework help, test prep, tutoring, and our Smart Partner program, which pairs a project member with an adult. Those two meet weekly during the school year for a variety of activities. And to incentivize them to try a bunch of different things, we created our own version of The Amazing Race. Basically a scavenger hunt of activities and experiences which earn them points. And one of those activities is recording a conversation for the PROJcast. So that's what we have for you today. In this conversation, you'll meet Adaire Kamen and her smart partner, Kathy, as they discuss their adventures in life, smart partnering, and along the way a little plumbing thrown in for variety. Here's Kathy and Adaire.
All right, so I think I will start. Hi, Kathy.
Hello, Adaire.
It's good to see you this Thursday, our regular Smart Partner time, more or less. Changes a little bit, but this is within our regular time. How was your day?
Good. Yeah.
Anything unusual or interesting happen at school today?
Let me think about that. Just no.
No?
No.
A very typical day in the 5th grade?
Yeah. Actually, no. Okay, I take that back.
Oh.
I mean,
Intrigue.
today I found out that we had our senior quotes around that trip. We're going bowling at like the Chelsea Pier bowling alley.
I hear that bowling alley is great. I've never been.
Yeah.
Are you good at bowling? Do you know? Have you ever been?
I gotta be honest with you. I've never bowled once in my life.
Oh. I am very bad at bowling to the point that last time I remember going bowling, I don't think I've been since then, both my boyfriend and another friend took out their phones at the exact same time to film me because apparently the way I bowl is funny because I just kind of drop the ball. I don't mean that like metaphorically. I mean I literally like drop it and see where it goes. That's I'm bad at bowling, but I do enjoy it from time to time.
You know, I don't even know the basics of bowling, so do you just like swing the ball and hope for the
you
best?
Swing the ball at the pins and you try to get as many of the pins knocked down as you can, preferably all of them. And you have like 2 chances per turn to knock them all down. And there's terminology that I can't remember right now. There's a strike and a spare, and one of those is when you knock them all down the first time, and one of them is when you knock them all down within within your turn. So between the 2 times, you knock them all down. That's a terrible explanation, and I don't remember which is which, but they're both good.
Okay.
When are you going? Do you know?
June 7th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's just, we had like this whole contract where it was like, you can't bring cell phones, no food, no gum allowed. And you have to follow the rules. You have to be with an adult all the time.
That all sounds fair.
But it's like, we can't break that contract before June 7th, or else we won't go on the field trip.
I feel like you will obey that contract. Are you concerned about anyone in your class not obeying the contract? Don't name names. Name names. Everyone?
Everyone.
Including you?
Including me.
Oh, wow. Maybe there's a troublemaker side to you that I haven't really seen yet. Intriguing. Well, I'm excited to hear what you think of bowling.
I'll give you my opinion.
Yeah, hopefully nobody ruins it, because that would be heartbreaking.
Yeah, it really would.
And then I guess you and I could go bowling if you didn't get to go with your class.
Oh, yeah.
Or we could go bowling if you do get to go with your class, and then maybe you'll see how terrible I am at it.
And like we also get these arcade cards.
Ooh.
That's probably the only thing I'm hopeful for. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm very good at claw machines.
Oh. That's exciting. I mean, we've been to an arcade together.
Yes.
Anything else interesting at school?
No.
No? Otherwise, it was regular day in the 5th grade?
Yeah.
You're almost done with elementary school.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you have, like, what, a month and a half left?
2
2 months? Month and a half? Do you know yet where you're going to middle school?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to Baruch.
Very cool. Where is that? I don't know where any middle schools are in the city.
Great question, and I do not know how to answer that.
That's all right, because I don't know where a single middle school is in this city. I walk by schools all the time. Couldn't tell you if they're elementary schools, middle schools. Usually I know if they're high schools.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I told you this, but I'll tell you again. The most interesting part of my day so far was that I found out that my building has hot water again, because it hasn't had hot water since Friday. Saturday morning, we discovered the hot water was
That's devastating.
off. It has actually been pretty devastating, because it turns out I am not strong enough to take an icy cold shower. I can do it for about 3 seconds.
I think you would have to get paid to take an ice
and
shower.
even then, there's a chance I'd fail.
No.
Yeah, my sister, she lives in my same building as me. She had hot water. I had warm water, but it wasn't actually hot, but it was warm, so it was okay.
How does your sister have hot water and you don't?
So this is a mystery that I haven't figured out yet, because I don't know if it just, because I showered a few hours after she told me she had hot water. So I don't know if, like, the hot water heater started acting up again. I don't know if my shower's bad. I don't know if she and I have different definitions of hot water. If she's like, it's not icy cold, so therefore it's hot. But tonight I will be running it again to check, and it had better be hot.
Yeah.
But it's been very annoying. You know, I went to my best friend's to shower a couple times. I was heating up water in the kitchen and carrying it to the bathroom, which is not fun. Not a fun way to shower. Today I at least took a warm shower, if not a hot shower.
For the first time in a long time.
For the first time in my own apartment in a long time, yes. And yeah, allegedly, I'm saying allegedly because I don't trust my building management, but allegedly what happened was Saturday morning, when there was all that rain, it flooded the basement and the hot water heaters got turned off. And then they discovered that they couldn't turn them back on until the chimney of my building was serviced.
There's a chimney on your building?
I didn't know that either. Do all buildings have chimneys? Maybe. I don't know.
I think so.
Couldn't tell you. But the chimney has to be serviced and the motor has to be repaired before they can turn it back on. Now, I have some questions about this. First of all, is this true? Because they've lied to me before.
Oh.
Second of all, what does the rain have to do with the chimney needing to be surfaced?
How can the rain get into the building?
That's a great question. I mean, it flooded, but like, why is the building not protected against flooding? That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Now I have another question.
What if the rain got in through the chimney?
So that might be true. It might be that it is connected, and the rain messed up the motor, which has something to do with the hot water. That might be true. It might be that this is all science, and that it's just true, and that they're not lying to me. I just don't know enough to know if this is true.
Uh-huh.
I feel like my building manager is like the boy who cried wolf a little bit, and now I'm like, is there a wolf? Or do you just not want to pay people enough to fix it? It could be either one.
It could be. Or he's just making up this very intriguing story.
Yeah. So
yeah, but we'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never truly know.
So, yeah, that's been my saga. Now, if my sister gets home from work today and says, no, my water's definitely hot, I don't know why yours is only warm, and my water's still warm, then that's just going to be a whole new chapter in this book.
I think it's you guys have different definitions of hot.
Except I would have thought she likes it even hotter than I do, because when we were little, she would take like really, really hot showers and baths. And I would be like, you're going to hurt yourself. But maybe she's just, because she's, I think maybe a little, I don't want to say she's stronger than I am, but she's a little bit less weak about cold showers. So maybe she's been taking more cold showers, so to her it feels hot. So maybe now our definitions are different.
Yeah.
We'll find out. I will update you, not the podcast, I was trying to say podcast, not the podcast or the PROJcast, because we won't be recording next week, so that our listeners might just never know what the resolution is. This could be like an unsolved mystery.
And they might never know if I'm good at bowling.
They might never know if you're good at bowling. They might never know if your class kept the contract. They might never know why my sister thinks the water's hot and I think the water's warm. They might never know if it stays fixed or if it's broken again when I get home. And I kind of enjoy that this will just be a mystery on the internet.
I mean, you could always become a detective and
you know, I've thought about that before.
Your own.
Right. The listeners could become a detective. Yes. I've also thought about becoming a detective because I love a good mystery.
Yeah.
And I love being the one to solve the mystery. But I'm not very good at being sneaky in person. So I think, like, if I was trying to follow someone,
you'd definitely be caught.
I would get caught. I'm really good at, like, internet stalking, like internet, like finding out mysteries from people's social media. But in person, I don't think I would be good at following someone.
Their social media,
yeah,
seeing what they're doing.
Yeah, figuring out if someone broke up, figuring out if someone moved, figuring out,
if someone lied to you that they were doing something.
Yeah, exactly. That I'm good. But in real life, no. I would get like a block and someone would be like, "Hi, why are you following me?" And I'd be like, "What?" And they'd be like, "You're being very obvious." So
no,
I don't think that's a future career for me, but that's okay.
Oh, well, not everyone's fit for their career.
Detectivery? Oh, yeah. or every career. That's true.
Career.
There's a lot of careers that I'm not fit for. Being a doctor, I'd be terrible at.
Mechanic,
I'd be terrible at. Athlete, that's not in my future or my past. There are more, but you know.
long list.
What are careers you think you would be good for, and what are careers you think you'd be bad for?
Okay, bad ones, definitely not a doctor or a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Or what else is there?
I'd be a terrible chef.
Oh, neither.
I'm not good at cooking.
I would be a good politician.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'd be a bad politician because I get upset when I think people don't like me, and usually as a politician, about half the people don't like you.
Yeah.
I think I'd have good policies, but I don't think I would be good at, like, the actual, being a politician.
Oh, I think I would make a good lawyer. And I've always wanted to join a debate team.
Ooh, I could see you being good at that. You're very good at, like, I don't want to say arguing, but, like, coming up with, like, an argument for something,
Exactly.
Either countering my points or backing up my points, I feel like. Well, and speaking of arguments, I feel like maybe we should tell the Chinatown story.
Oh.
So that we can tell the ice cream story.
Oh, the ice cream story. That's a big one.
That's a big one. So, Kathy and I have been smart partners since
the beginning of
the school year. So since September.
So like September, yeah.
September. It is now May. It's May 4th, right?
Yeah. It's like, isn't today where you say, May the
4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. Yes, May the 4th. So one of the
activities or like tasks.
Yes.
Where like you have to explore a neighborhood. So
yes. Okay. Well, so let's talk about the Amazing Race. Then we'll talk about this adventure we went on. So this season, the 52nd Street Project is doing this competition called the Amazing Race. Where smart partner teams
go against smart partner teams.
Yes, we compete against each other to get the most points in this competition. It's sort of a part scavenger hunt, part
travel.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different things that you can get points for. Recording this PROJcast, actually.
We just earned a couple points.
Yeah, this does count as points. Although we're happy, of course, to be doing this regardless of points.
Yeah, so that's kind of the big thing.
And let's, other things are, what are other tasks that we completed?
Finding a rock that looks like a face.
We did that. Trying a food that's new to both of us. We did try a new ice cream. We're not sure if it counts yet. We might have to try a new one. What are some others?
Going to the arch. Going to
Washington Square Park
Going to
Arch.
Places and taking photos.
Yes, photos at places, collecting different items.
Camouflaging in places.
Yeah, We did great at that one.
We did that
We were basically invisible.
Exactly. You could not tell
You
that
could
was
not
us.
tell that we were there against that painting.
Exactly.
We have found that a lot of these activities require getting strangers to take our picture, which is maybe not our strength.
It's like our favorite game. Who will it be?
Because we're always like, they seem nice. Oh, they seem like they're in a hurry. Oh, wait, I missed my chance with that person. But we always get someone eventually.
Yeah.
We went to the flags at Rockefeller Center. So we've done quite a bit. One of the activities was to explore a neighborhood that was new
To both of us.
or to one or both of us, because it wasn't actually new to me, but it counted. Parts of it were new to me. Yes. So
I've never been to Chinatown. Yeah.
I had been to Chinatown, but not this particular spot in Chinatown. So also one of the activities is to write an article for 5e magazine.
Which is like a company.
The 50 Second Street Project's
Right.
their magazine.
Yeah.
So we decided to spend some of the money from our budget for writing an article,
Which is $50.
which is $50, to go to this arcade in Chinatown.
Called Chinatown Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that it has a longer title too. Chinatown Family Fun Fair or something.
Chinatown Fair. You'll definitely find it.
And so we went there. It's sort of like a retro arcade. They have lots of retro games.
It's basically based on like the 90s because they're like games I've never even seen before.
I mean, I'd seen them before because
never.
I was born in the 90s, but that's all right. But no, some of them I hadn't seen before either, actually, because,
Yeah.
a lot of them...
It's like a mix of modern and old arcade games.
Yeah, and some of them, I just had never happened to come across. So we played quite a few of those. We played some air hockey. We played this combo boxer that punched me directly in the face because I was standing in the wrong spot.
Oh, that was my favorite part.
I'm sure it was. We played something we call, what do we call it? The weird jigsaw game.
Oh yeah, it was like kind of like a Rubik's Cube. But then you would play a song and you would have to like move the pieces around.
It was almost like if Guitar Hero meets Rubik's Cube meets Jigsaw Puzzle meets Confusion.
And you would have to like move the pieces around and but it would all be on the beat and there was like different levels.
If it's confusing how we're explaining it, that's because it was confusing to play.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. We never truly figured out the name, but
I don't know that we tried to figure out the name. But we didn't figure out the name or really how to play it. We might have been playing it wrong the whole time.
Yeah. And with our points, we ended up winning 2 big mustaches.
Yes. And some Pop Rocks.
Pop Rocks, yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah.
I ate my Pop Rocks. Did you eat yours?
I ate mine.
I didn't eat the whole bag, but I liked them. They were good.
Oh.
So after the arcade...
Adaire discovered a Chinatown ice cream factory.
Yes. So I have a 30-page Google Doc of everything I ever want to do in New York. And everything I've done and everything I want to do again. So I looked at it to see if there was anything nearby, and I realized that Chinatown Ice Cream Factory was practically around the corner. So we decided to go... Well, I showed you a couple streets first.
Yeah.
We walked around Chinatown a little bit.
You showed me a creepy murder street.
Okay, that makes it sound much worse than it was. Because I know sometimes you love dramatic things. I showed you a street.
No way you're saying.
No, it was just it has a rich history and some mythology behind it. So it's not creepy at all now. It's very Chinatown-y and touristy.
Yeah. It doesn't even look like that history ever happened there.
Yeah, there was just some mafia history, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew you would find it intriguing.
Yeah. But there wasn't anything there.
No, it's just stores now. But still, we were exploring the neighborhood, so we walked around. So then we go to this ice cream
factory,
ice cream shop that had a lot of flavors that you would not find in a regular store. They had a durian flavor, which I didn't try.
There was also dragon fruit and different type of berries.
Yes. What did I get?
I
got the red bean.
You got the red bean. What did I get?
And I was really tempted by the sesame, but I got the red bean. You got is it lychee or lychee?
It's lychee. That's what I
The
ended.
lychee rose.
Lychee. The lychee rose is really...
And I tried yours. It was really good.
Yeah.
But then, as we're leaving, I'm eating my ice cream on the go. And I assume that Kathy's going to do the same thing.
No. No, I had different plans.
But she said that she was going to save it till we got back to Midtown. Why?
For a specific reason, I wanted to shove that ice cream in my sister's face.
Right. Because...
It was her favorite flavor, and I knew
she's her favorite?
she was going to get...
And she was going to get jealous.
Jealous, obviously.
And
so I had my reasons.
Yes, and I said, I just don't think this ice cream will last from Chinatown to Midtown on the New York City subway at rush hour.
You did have a point. First of all, it's rush hour, and I didn't even come prepared.
Right, we didn't have any sort of lid or, like, cooler bag. Why would we? We didn't know we were going to get ice cream. But it was like as soon as I said, I don't think this is going to work, it was like suddenly there was a glint in your eye.
I had a motive.
And you wanted to prove me wrong.
It was a bigger motive.
You wanted to show off to your sister.
Yeah. That was like...
And you wanted to prove me wrong.
Yeah, but proving you wrong was just better than shoving the ice cream in my sister's face.
Absolutely. I mean, this is, again, why I do think you might have a future as a lawyer. Because you really set your mind to it. So I was really nervous because I was going to be really sad if this ice cream was just destroyed.
Yeah. If it ended up falling when we were in the subway during rush hour, that would be devastating because I wouldn't even have a chance to eat it.
Yeah, and it would have been quite rude to the other people in the subway who now have to step around this sticky ice cream. And we did have a couple near accidents. Like when we were going up after we exited the stairs, that guy in that suit almost bumped into you.
Bumped into me.
And then
he was gonna spill the ice cream. He was gonna spill my hard work.
He didn't. Thank goodness.
Though. Yeah.
Or I don't know what would have happened to that man. But
that would be kind of funny though.
Sure. Then
we got out, and as we were walking, it was like kind of windy.
Uh-huh.
And there were still like tons of people on the street because this was like at like 5 or like 6.
Yeah, it was a little after 5.
Yeah, so
I think we left Chinatown at 5.
Yeah. And so the wind started moving my ice cream, and also the spoon, it was like holding on to this big chunk of ice cream. So when you would pick it up, like the spoon, the chunk of ice cream would come with it.
Yes, and it's melting more and more due to like time and physics and just how ice cream works. But you kept pointing out that there was still a blob, and every time there's a blob, you were like, it hasn't melted because there's a blob. And I was like, okay, but it's melting more and more.
I mean, if you would drink what's been melted, you would definitely see the blob. You would see it sitting there.
And you did. You would keep it so that it wouldn't like overflow with meltiness. You would keep
drinking it.
And then at one point, a few drops fell on the ground.
Devastating.
And scary because I was like, what if the rest of it drops on the ground? Then, if you remember, we were almost at the project.
Oh, yeah.
We were walking by a school. I think that might be a middle school, I mean.
Oh, maybe.
Because there were, like, middle schoolers.
And middle schoolers are, like, rough.
They're some of the scariest type of people.
They really are.
They were running, like, kind of around us. And I was very tense because I was like, if they run into us...
It's over.
It's over for the ice cream, and we're so close to the project. But they didn't hit us.
You didn't.
And she made it all the way up to the project.
I made it. Yeah.
And your sister also was still busy.
Yeah.
Your sister was still in
the project because she had teen ensemble.
She had teen ensemble, so she couldn't even see it.
I never even shoved it in her face, man.
Well, but then I walked you to your parents' restaurant, and it was still
there
when you got to your parents' restaurant.
So technically, this should go in the world records book.
Yeah.
It really should.
It really should.
A whole entire glob of ice cream made it through the New York City subway, which, if anyone lives in New York City, you could tell it's rough down there.
It's rough down there.
Especially
Absolutely.
During rush hour.
Especially for a delicate ice cream.
Yeah, that poor little guy.
I think mine was done by the time I got on the subway.
Oh, yeah.
Mine was over. I ate it so fast.
You finished it the whole walk.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes.
It was really good, and I didn't want to have to carry it on the subway because I didn't trust the subway or other people or myself to preserve the ice cream.
So I made it through rush hour, which is
it is an accomplishment.
It's one of the most intense hours of the city.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I made it through there, and I made it to 52nd Street.
More impressively, your ice cream made it.
My ice cream, maybe a couple drops dropped on the way there.
And you had to eat some of the melted part.
We lost some soldiers, but we made it.
Some soldiers, some drops. We did. It's true. But the ice cream as a whole made it.
We made it.
You might have lost the battle, but you won the war.
Yeah.
At least now there will be evidence for Sarah, your sister, that it made it because we're recording it. And I have the pictures.
And she has the pictures.
And I'm sure you told her about it, even if she didn't actually get to see it.
I think I might have to go to the newspaper companies about this story.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm surprised the New York Times hasn't contacted you already.
Exactly.
But after this, I'm sure they will. You can expect a call.
Anytime.
So if to the listeners of the 52nd Street PROJcast, be looking out for Kathy's story in the New York Times.
Yeah.
And to the New York Times,
my journey
we're waiting on your call.
Of Jeremy, the ice cream blob, and me.
It's a beautiful story.
It really is.
It's a war story. It's a love story. It's everything you could want.
Exactly. It's all rolled into one.
I should also mention, speaking of you wanting to rub things in your sister's face or show off to her, she also has a smart partner.
Yeah.
She also is participating in the Amazing Race.
And in the beginning, we were in the lead, so I was pretty confident, I might win, because there's also such thing as beginner's luck, so, I had that.
Aren't we still in the lead?
No.
We're not in the lead?
We're not in the lead. Did you not see it?
I didn't see.
The billboard, she's in front, and we're behind.
This is breaking news to me that we're no longer in the lead.
News.
We've been in the lead for months now.
Yeah.
You know what?
And now we're not in the lead.
Well, we'll see. We'll see at the end of the day.
The worst thing is, she has over 520 points.
How many do we have? 460?
Like 470, I think.
How did they do that?
I don't know. They did all these things, but then they finally counted up their points, and they had more than us.
I realize this is a podcast, and they can't see me, but my jaw just dropped, literally. My jaw just dropped because we've been in the lead for so long. It's okay. Is it because of the ping pong tournament?
It's probably the ping pong tournament.
So, if you don't know, the 52nd Street Project does a ping pong tournament every year.
It's not only for smart partners.
It's not only for smart partners, but smart partner pairs who participate
get like 30-ish points, I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I had a wedding that day.
I mean, couldn't make it.
There was no way. I had to be on Long Island. Really, the night before, I had to be on Long Island.
Yeah.
And I was there the night before. So there was no world in which I could have made it. But I knew it would hurt us.
No, but here's the thing. They didn't participate.
They didn't?
They didn't participate. They ended up being one of those people against the loudspeaker.
Maybe that
making
counted.
Announcements.
Maybe that counted for their points, though.
Maybe they got like half points, though.
Or maybe they got full points, because maybe participating as an announcer counts as participating.
Oh, yeah. I never realized about that.
It's okay. Well, we're going to come back. It's
kind of ironic, though, how we were in the lead this whole time. And now, when the race has like 2 months left, they're in the lead.
It's okay. I have already some strategies in my head that I'm forming. I'm not going to say them out loud because
they might be listening. And we can't fully trust them.
Well, of course. I mean, listen, they're great. It's not about that. It's not like my property manager who has lied to me before. It's just that they're a competition. So even though they're lovely people,
and they're in front of us, so we need to go vroom vroom in front of them.
Who knows? There might be a smart partner pair behind us that has a plan to come up ahead.
Oh.
We haven't even thought of that.
So we have enemies in front and behind.
Probably.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll talk after.
Yeah.
I have a strategy already forming.
Okay. I don't know what your strategy is, but...
And we're getting points now as we speak, literally.
Exactly.
Because this is...
One of the tasks.
One of the tasks.
Yeah. Maybe we'll make it. We might make it.
I think we will. All right. Well, let's talk for a few more minutes just in case there's anything else interesting.
Well...
And then John can always cut...
Awkward airspace,
or just now we're like, that might be a natural ending. Yeah. Hi, John. Feel free to cut whatever you want.
Yeah. Don't cut out my amazing ice cream achievement, though. That needs to be heard by the New York Times.
Yeah. So some of the other tasks we've achieved, we recorded a jam session, and we used our mustache that we won. Well, Kathy wore it.
Yeah, I looked like Abraham Lincoln, which made an amazing look on me.
It was a whole vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not professional musicians, but you wouldn't believe it from this clip. We also recorded conversations of our alter egos.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. We recorded a conversation in Italian.
Oh, yeah. One of them was like record a conversation in a different language.
Yes. And some people, I think, just did like a very basic, like, hi, how are you? We wrote a script for it, and then we translated that script.
It was like...
It was two people...
angry women at a restaurant.
Yes, complaining about the food.
And they spoke Italian, so none of the staff understood them.
Yes, none of the staff at the restaurant they're at. And they were complaining about, I think we were complaining about American food
Oh, yeah,
in
and
Italian.
how bad it was.
Yes, which I feel like is probably a conversation two real Italian people have had in Italian.
Who were not understood.
Yes, I feel like that probably is just, it's happened in real life. Though hopefully they were not as rude as our characters were.
Yeah.
We even had someone jump in as the waiter.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
Amazing. You could really see the confusion on his face.
That was his direction, was when we yell at you, be confused. And he took that direction and really ran with it.
Yeah.
I don't know where you can find this video. I think maybe on Natalie's phone.
Yeah, I just figure out her password.
Or just ask her where it is. I don't think it's anywhere for public viewing, though. So that's sort of VIP content.
I think I have a plan.
Oh.
I'm phoning a plan. Okay, I'm not going to say it on here because you never know.
You never know. We have enemies everywhere. You know what? I wonder if that businessman who tried to knock over your ice cream, I wonder if he was really a spy.
Oh, yeah.
A spy for Sarah and Lynn, or a spy for
anyone else.
my management company. Or no, I'm kidding. Just kidding. But he probably doesn't know he's our enemy, but I think he might be our enemy.
Yeah, listen up, buddy. We're coming for you.
I don't even really remember what he looked like, other than
He's tall, blonde, nice chin.
I did not notice his
Looks
chin.
like a Ken doll.
I only noticed his suit and
Might be an accountant. I don't know.
maybe
A lawyer.
Maybe. He was in Midtown getting on the E on 57th Street E.
Yeah, look for him. He's probably taking that train right now.
Yeah, maybe we can do when the New York Times interviews us. I'm sure they'll want to follow up. Maybe they can do like a police sketch and find him and get his comment on this.
Yeah, because he almost ruined my achievement.
But he didn't.
He did.
You persevered. Yeah, so this has been, we're almost at the end of our first, school year of Smart Partnerhood. We have done a lot.
We truly have.
And I think we can get back in the lead.
Yeah.
So watch out.
Watch out, we're coming for you. You hear this? We're coming for you.
Wow, that was aggressive.
Yeah.
She means in a very,
you're a
polite,
competition.
stable way, not in a scary way.
You're a competition. You're in our way.
Wow.
Get out.
Again, intense, aggressive.
Is this it?
Well, I hope that senior week is everything.
I hoped it was.
You hoped it'll be, yeah. You hope it'll be.
I hope it was.
And that you are, who knows, maybe you'll discover you are like a bowling prodigy. And you'll be the next...
And I was made for bowling.
World famous bowler. Hopefully, you're not as bad as me, and people don't start recording you. Although if they can't have phones, how will they record you?
Exactly.
Well, I would like to tell the world and our listeners that we will keep you posted on bowling.
But that's not really going to happen.
You'll have to find out again when you know what we can do when the New York Times interviews us about this ice cream adventure.
We'll talk about this project.
We can update them on the bowling. We can update them on My Hot Water.
Yeah. If we're in the lead.
If we're in the lead again, we can update them on all of those things. Yeah. If the New York Times fails to get in touch with us, then you may never know. So please, share this with the New York Times.
Yeah, check your newspapers.
Check your newspapers. Sign up for alerts if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Look for breaking news. Ice cream travels from Chinatown to Midtown intact. Mostly intact. All right. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for having this conversation.
Thank you, Adaire.
Thank
for
you
for telling me about your hot water problems.
Thank you for listening and for your sympathy and for believing me that this man, who's my property manager, is not to be trusted.
He could be listening.
I highly doubt it, because I don't think he would ever go to a website as cool as the 52nd Street Project's website. I think his interests are probably very lame, but I guess he could be.
Yeah,
in which case,
you never know.
just kidding. I'm sorry. Please continue to help me with my apartment. But you never know.
You never know. You never truly know.
Also, thank you to the 52nd Street Project for letting us record
And
this.
giving us points.
And giving us points.
Giving us points.
That I'm sure you'll be giving us more of soon, so that we can be in the lane. Thank you to John for setting us up. And thank you for listening.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right.
This is over.
This is over. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
That was Katty Adaire. As I mentioned in the intro, recording these conversations is one way for smart partners to gain points in our amazing race. So keep an eye out for more conversations coming your way as the race heads towards its conclusion next month. Before I go, just a quick plug for our upcoming production, Eye of the Storm, a full-length work of devised theater, created and performed by our teen ensemble and directed by adults. It's all free of charge in our Five Angels Theater, Friday and Saturday, June 2nd and 3rd. Visit 52project.org for tickets. And now, for the credits. The project member featured in this episode was Kathy, with her smart partner Adaire Kamen. The project theme song was created by Justin and his smart partner Eric March, and performed by Miranda Anderson, Rebecca, and Nicole. The project logo was created by Iris Brown. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The 52nd Street Project is supported by public funds from the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York State Council on the Arts. We are a nonprofit organization, and we're able to do what we do because of generous folks like you. That's all for today. Stay safe out there, and remember the project motto, we all belong, we all get along. Until next time, on the PROJcast.
See you next month.
Wait,
Nothing rhymes with month. On the 52nd Street PROJcast.